Hey there, Sankan, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. So I've gotten quite a bit of questions, and as you guys can see here, research and trying to get. I want to get you guys the answers. Some of these questions are very complicated. Some of them are very technical. So I can't just give a straight up answer very quickly. I have to do a lot of analysis behind it. But I got some questions answered, so let's get into detail of those. One question I got was: is the stock market, is the forex market, is the real estate market, is the crypto market rigged? And I think this is a very important question to ask, especially if you're wanting to get into these industries and you don't completely understand. So without any further ado, let's get this video started. Let's start off with the forex market, because the forex market has history of being, I wouldn't say rigged, but having elements of corruption in it. Big players in the forex market do this thing called front running. Front running is when, let's say, a big organization which controls $100 million, $200 million worth of forex trading gets an order of like $20 million, and then they find out that another company, so these few big companies get together, or some intellect between them, have a shared group where they say, oh, we got order after the market has closed, or we got an order at nighttime of $20 million. We're gonna fulfill it in about 3 hours. So these guys are also getting big orders for that. So what they'll do is, from their personal income, from their personal money, and from the company's money, they will put it before they execute this 20, 30, $40 million deal trade that came in from a forex broker. So what they would do is they would put in their money before, so they would get the thing for cheap, then they'll put in this massive buy order which will ramp up the market again, and then they can sell their part and they make a guaranteed profit. In essence, it becomes into an arbitrage profit because it's riskless for them. This is illegal. Front running is not allowed, but it's a practice that is, to be honest with you, is still being done today under the table. But if you get caught, then obviously it's a massive problem. But as a whole, is the forex market rigged? There's different things in the forex market that does affect the market in a way that you can say it's corrupted or rigged. However, as a whole, it's very difficult to say that the forex market is rigged, because it's a 14 trillion or $4 trillion economy. It's not that easy to rig something that giant. There's money being flown around from banks, institutions, private investors, VC investors, angel investors, just your retail investors. There's all these massive players who are in the market, right? So it's difficult to rig something like this. But there is one major play that people do, and it's not really rigging, but it's like cheating. For example, I am part of a government that has a massive role in forex. For example, let's say I'm part of the Senate for the US. I know certain things that are going to happen in the upcoming 2 months or 2 weeks before everybody else, because this bill is about to be signed. So when I know that there's going to be a direct effect on the US dollar to specific. Let's say they're going to sign a bill as sanctions against Japan. Okay, so the ratio of USD to Japan is going to be affected by it. So what I'll do is I'll pretty much just buy it before the bill gets passed. And in that sense, there is corruption. However, it won't be necessarily calling it rigged. Okay, the next market, stock market. Yes, so stock market has more signs of being rigged. Stock market has more signs of front running, more signs of corruption. Whatever I talked about the Senate, that is 110%. That's something that's happening already. And people are profiting a lot from this, because technically speaking, anybody who's a public figure who works for the government has to make their trades public, and they do. And so what you can do is you can just see exactly what they're trading in and put the money in there, because those guys are making trades according to the bills that they're passing before the bills are passed. You get it? So it's like you get something before everybody else does. But this isn't something new. A lot of people already know about this, so people are already doing it. If you're not doing it, I'll just give you a tip. Now, so there's that element happening too. With the stock market, yes, there is more elements of rigging, because people can, jump in with a lot of money, boost the market up for certain things, spread news about it in a certain way, be affiliated with massive organizations that will bring hype towards that for that given duration, create some false news around it, and then boom, they can dump it. This happens often. Usually a lot of the news about certain thing happening in a certain country, which is linked with politics and maybe some type of, I would say, controversy, has elements of this. It's not always everything is one-to-one. Not everything is black and white. There usually is some case of where some news is coming out to cover something else, so something else can happen where somebody can benefit a huge amount for themselves. And I want to give you guys a lot of examples of this, but you can Google it, and I'm pretty sure you get more than enough. That being said, Ahmed, should we not then be trading in the Forex market? Should we not be trading in the stock market? Well, Forex market, no. As a whole, I already made a video about it. How Forex market is not permissible due to not the Forex market and its technical terms, but more towards how it's implemented in modern day society. People have came to me and told me there are halal brokers. I haven't found any. If you guys know any, put them in the comments. I'd love to know, because then I can go back into the Forex market and make myself some mashallah money. However, as far as my knowledge goes, there's none right now. And no, stock market also, same thing. Look, you have to understand that there's gonna be bad players in everything you do in life. Everything. Even in your masajids, even in the best of the best places, there's gonna be bad faith players. So doesn't mean you just step out of it. You just, not necessarily you jump into it in a haram way. You just learn to work around it, and it doesn't happen so often that you're gonna be affected by it, and your profits are gonna be so affected by it. And if anything, your profits will not be affected by it because you won't even understand what's going on, right? Unless if you've been in part of the stock market for 5 or 6 years, and then you will. Okay, next thing. Real estate market. Yes, there's so much corruption in the real estate market. There's so many things in the real estate market, no matter what country you're in. Every single country has so many complicated corruption tools, for real estate. You can, for example, you as a layman want to build something on this property which is worth $10,000, and the reason why it's worth only $10,000 is because it's a green land where you're not allowed to construct anything. It's a conservation area. Yeah, you can camp here and stuff, but you can't build a house here. But guess what? A big player will come. He'll pick up this land for $10,000, get the permits for it, making it commercial. Now the value of that land is worth maybe $100,000, $200,000. He'll build a small little plaza on it, and boom, you're good to go. And this happens. It happens in every country. So is the real estate market rigged? Yes, somewhat. There is corruption within the real estate market, yes. But does that mean that you can't invest in it, you can't be part of it? Oh, you can be, but just make sure that you do everything in good faith, and you do everything in a legal manner. And as long as you do that, you will not have major issues. And you do everything in the manner of legal, when it even comes to Islam. So don't do anything that's going to be harmful to society, harmful to the environment, harmful to your workers, stuff like that, Or you can just invest in condos and houses in other countries where it's cheaper, like what I'm doing. And just, inshallah, as they grow up in value, then you can move the funds around accordingly. Okay, next one. Crypto. Is crypto rigged? There is elements of corruption and riggedness in crypto also. Thus, I say be very cautious of which cryptos you're investing in. 90 to 95% of crypto projects, I'm telling you here now, like in the .com boom, 90 to 95% of the projects were false, were BS, had no value, or they were genuine projects but just didn't solve a real problem. Just like that in crypto, 95% are like that too. So be cautious. Don't put your money into something that you can't truly put your your emotions behind, your mentality behind, your full passion behind, right? Because it's like you putting your hard-earned money behind something that you don't even believe in. Why would you do that, right? So be cautious. There's elements of pump and dump. There's elements of projects being started to be dumped so that people can make money from your, in essence, your stupidity and your innocence. So be cautious. Invest in the projects that are truly solving a problem. Do your research. Read. Don't be lazy. Read, and you will learn a lot. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope this video is a caution of some sort, so you guys understand that yes, there's profits to be made in these industries, but yes, also there is some elements of corruption being industries which may have certain elements where there is rigged parts of it. And yeah, you need to be aware of these things, so you can, when you're doing your research, you can make sure you're not being part of something, one, that's haram, and two, you're not being part of something where it will bring you negative and losses rather than profits. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Check my other social media out, and as always, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.